Everyone got that?
Yep.
All right, cool.
I can't wait.
And thank you to the media. We'll see you on Fight Week. And can't wait for this matchup at Saturday, April 20th, BBC on Fox.
Nothing?
18. Something light. Yeah, something light.
What do you think about this fight? It's going to be at StubHub. I was just asking Adrian. That place is known for like a lot of wars. I was asking, is that the kind of fight he needs to fight to kind of drag you into? Do you feel like that's a fight you want? You want kind of a scrap in a place like that?
You know, I plan on making the fight my fight. I'm not going in there to fight his fight. You know, if that's what he wants to do, then he go try what he wants to do. But I feel like I'm on a different level than him. I've been in big fights before. I faced fighters like him before. You know, Mexican-American type fighters who just come forward. You know, he's not the fastest fighter, he's not the strongest fighter, but he's definitely one of the toughest fighters. So that's what I'm preparing for. Mentally and physically, I'm prepared for whatever, and that's how I train for all my opponents.
How are you liking the back and forth right now with?
No, it's cool. It's all fun and games. You know, it's all fun and games. It's part of the promotion, but I'm gonna be ready, man. I'm gonna be ready. It's gonna be nothing funny about April 20th.
What do you have to do April 20th to make a statement in the welterweight division? Obviously, Errol Spence just made one this weekend. You know, Sean the weekend before.
I got to go in there. I got to do what no one else did to him. I got to stop him. I think about stop him, definitely a statement, because nobody else stopped him. And I feel like I got the perfect style to stop him. He's never been in there with a two-fisted, hard-headed counterpuncher like me. I'm definitely the strongest guy he's ever faced. So I'm definitely going to make that. I'm definitely going to showcase that fight night.
My last question, just what did you think about Errol's performance against Mikey Garcia?
I thought it was a good performance. Like I said before, that's what I thought was going to happen. The bigger guy beat the smaller guy. And it was good. It was good. Good for him.
Toughest fighters. What makes him one of the toughest fighters?
He's been in tough fights. He has a big heart. He's hungry, and that's what you gotta watch. That's what you gotta watch out for. These are guys you gotta stay on top of your game for. Sometimes the big names ain't really the hardest fights. It's the ones that you sleep on. So these are the type of fights you gotta make sure that you train hard and you wake up for this fight like you wake up for any other fight.
Challenges. What challenges does he create for you?
Like I said before, he's hungry. He wants to win. That's probably the biggest fight of his career. It is the biggest fight of his career. And I just got to make sure I go in there and handle business.
He called himself the B side. I mean, he admitted it. Obviously, you're the A side. What do you have to show to prove that?
At the end of the day, I don't know nothing about A side and B side. At the end of the day, it's a fight, and it's the Danny Garcia show. So that's what it's all about. And I train hard every day. I don't worry about politics, and my job is to go in there and handle business, and that's what I'm gonna do.
So you walk in there April 20th with your arm raised. Who do you want after that?
Like I said before, I want the biggest fights. I want either a rematch with Porter or Thurman, a Pacquiao fight, a Spence fight, or even a Mikey Garcia fight. I think all those fights make sense for me.
Now, your last fight was against Sean Porter. How would you rate his performance against Lucas, and who won in yours?
It was a good fight. Like I said before, they both busted each other up a little bit. It was a good fight, a fight that could have went either way.
What about Thurman's last performance against Josecito?
He did good for being 2 years off in the ring. He got hurt a little bit. He was buzzed a little bit, but he finished the fight and did his thing, I guess.
Did that show you anything? Was it just you kind of put it more on the layoff, or Josecito was a great opponent? Maybe, I mean, what do you put it on?
Josecito was ready. Like Josecito is known for upsetting people. That's what he's been doing his whole career, is upsetting people. So he came to fight and gave Thurman a run for his money.
There's been fights, like the Mauricio Herrera fight in your career where maybe you didn't look as good as you wanted to. I guess, how do you prepare or what do you do to make sure that this Granados fight isn't, a lapse in performance?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when you're a young champion, in your career, it's not always easy to go out there every time and look great. Especially coming off big fights when Batista and Amir Khan. I trained for the fight. I trained hard, but it's just one of them nights where it's just hard. You just didn't look your best, but you still win at the end of the day.
And every night that you come out, you're not going to be able to perform your best. It's always about getting that W and being able to learn from your mistakes and move on. Danny Garcia is one of the best welterweights out there, and he's proven that. Again, coming off of the blemishes that have been on his record, they're arguably debatable decisions. And in my personal opinion, I thought that he won both of those fights. I thought that he did enough to get the job done. So what are we talking about? Danny Garcia is one of the main guys if not the guy, in the welterweight division. And come April the 20th, he's looking to go out there and make a big statement. And as he said earlier, a stoppage win over Adrian Granados sends a big message to all the other welters out there. And Danny wants all that work.
Speaking of the welterweight division, Leonard and then Danny, we're kind of in a new era where you got Danny, Keith, Sean, Spence, and Bud, and that's a large crop of fighters that could potentially face each other. How long do you think this group lasts on the top of the network and stuff like that? And what type of impact for the future do you think that has?
I don't think it'd just be welterweight, because a lot of guys are probably going to grow out the welterweight division. So a lot of guys who don't fight at 147 might wind up fighting at 154. So I think this is going to be. I think you're going to see a lot of these guys, depending on how hungry they are, you know, for the next 5-6 years around in the sport. I know I'm going to be here. I ain't going nowhere.
Danny, you mentioned Amir Khan. He's fighting the odd man out in Terrence Crawford. How do you see that fight playing out, Amir Khan versus Crawford?
You know, at the end of the day, April 20th is only one show to watch. That's right. It's the Danny Garcia show, baby. I ain't worried about no other show. The Danny Garcia show on Fox, the only show in the world to watch. It's going to be the fight of the night, the talk of the night, Danny Garcia. And it's free TV.
Right, there you go.
And it's free TV. I'm on my own platform on Fox TV. I'm not worried about nobody else, man. It's the Danny Garcia show.
How would you have fought Errol Spence Saturday night, given his game plan that you saw?
You know, I think Mikey fought a good fight. You know, I just throw a little more. You know, he just wasn't strong enough. You know, he didn't have enough energy to hold him off. But definitely just fight. He did a lot of good things. Just let my hands go a little more.
Now, Keith Thurman says when he fought you, you were the epitome of a counter puncher. He said he would square up with you and you would literally wait for him to throw a punch and you would counter him. Have you worked on count, taking the lead in your fights?
Yeah, definitely. I'm a pressure fighter. Like, I walk forward. I'll walk you down. But I noticed that he was wide with his punches. So I was just waiting for him to make a mistake and making him pay.
Danny, you're fighting in April. Do you feel with the win April 20th that we will see you and Sean, you and Keith, you and Earl, one of basically like or two of you guys together by the end of the year?
That's the goal. Big fights. So just got to make sure that April 20th I handle business, and then whatever comes to the table, then we're ready for it.
I was gonna say, what name? I mean, you're in the driver's seat. I mean,
yeah.
Like, who are you? Like, I want this person next.
I mean, I wanted them right away, but you know it don't work like that. So I just gotta let everything take its place, and it's all about timing. So
and in this particular case, you can't get to that unless you take care of this. And he's fighting a tough ass guy on April the 20th that he's got to be fully dialed in to do that. And I'm convinced that he's gonna go in there and take care of his business because again, Danny's an elite fighter.
Definitely. It's levels to this boxing.
Huh? People forget, like, you beat Lucas Batista. You beat Amir Khan when you weren't supposed to. Like, I mean, you know, when you weren't favored to.
Look, every fighter needs an image. They gave me that dumb underdog image, but I ain't no underdog. I rose to the occasion every time, and I won because I was better. And I'm here because I'm a great fighter. That's why I'm here. I'm here because I'm a great fighter.
Well, why do you think people, like, I feel like they don't put enough respect on
every fighter has an image. You know, they give every fighter an image. Whether you a killer, you an underdog, you this, you that. At the end of the day, that's what they gave me. But you know what? I know I'm a true champion. And I know you can't make a big fight in boxing without Danny Garcia. That tells you everything. The fans don't come out to watch me. At the bar, 16,000 fans don't come out to watch me because I'm not a great fighter. They could watch it on TV. They come out to watch me because they know I bring excitement. They know I bring drama. They know I'm an entertainer. I'm more than just a boxer. I give my fans entertainment, and that's why they love me.
Yeah, I feel the fans come out for you strong, but I feel like you're one of the few that gets a lot of hate, like on like Instagram and things like that. Like I guess that's why I don't understand it.
I mean, it's free Wi-Fi. That's why they talk crap.
Got that?
Yep.
All right, cool.
I can't wait.
And thank you to the media. We'll see you on Fight Week. Can't wait for this